Welcome everyone, it is finally here. We are in the final week of the Bluebird Mini League season. I am of course your host and caster, Son of Jupiter, and joining me is a very good friend of mine, and that is Tico. Long time no see. How have you been?
Yeah, it's been a little while, but I'm ready. I'm rearing. We've got the Gauntlet finals. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be huge.
It is. I'm really looking forward to this. I've been very, very fortunate in the fact that I've been able to be at every single stage for this entire season. But you unfortunately have missed out on some of the really, interesting and really captivating things that have happened. So just to give you a bit of recap, obviously we were together for the first qualifiers, and then we had our second week of qualifiers, and then we've done our round robin, and we finally have our final four teams. And boy, are they some good teams.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see these games play out. The first game that we are going to be seeing though is the Southern Stars versus Relentless. How have they gone so far?
It's a bit interesting. So week one, Southern Stars were actually scoreless. They were 0-3, and they needed to win every single match on the second week of the round robin tournament to be able to get to where they are today. And they actually did do that in quite a good fashion, knocking out six-man battalions and Trash, who were the other two teams who were fighting for that fourth place spot. But the good thing about this mini league season is we are doing it in a gauntlet fashion, which I know some people in the channel are more than likely familiar with, but just in case you're not, the way it starts is whoever was seeded first, which is going to be Max's Ranted Rats, they will be in the grand final. Second place Hazard will be round 2. And in our first round, we'll have obviously our third place and fourth place going together in a head-to-head, which interestingly enough, they did finish on the same record of 2-3. So this is going to be for, a bit of bragging rights as well.
Yeah, so it's going to be a really interesting game to come out. Hopefully they do get into it rather soon, but we'll see once they get into it. So Southern Stars versus Relentless. I gotta ask you straight off the bat, who do you think is going to be taking this game?
It's going to be really interesting because both teams have really had their moments. I feel like Relentless has stepped up, but also Southern Stars in the second week of the round robin really did show their true colors. So it's going to be a really interesting, decision to see who's going to step up after they've had that week off. So, who has done more practice, who's done more scrims. We've seen Southern Stars as well with the RLCS actually step up quite a lot and qualify into that top 16 place. So they have done a fair few things around the tournament as well. So if I had to go in a certain direction, I would be going with the Stars.
Yeah, they definitely are a strong team. From what I've seen from them, they are really tightly knit. They know what they're doing when it comes to their team play, but also the individual prowess from the players. I feel like I say these with a lot of these, you could almost say semi-professional teams because they play it at that standard. And I'm really excited just to be seeing how these teams play it out to get to the finals and just be like, yeah, we've won this. We get the prize pool. We are putting everything on the line to say that we are good at this game.
Exactly. There's a couple of key points that I want to touch on that you just mentioned. But firstly is going to be the individuals that will be participating in this tournament. So we're going to have a first look at, of course, Southern Stars. They will be sitting on the blue team today. And for the Southern Stars lineup, we are going to have Kevin07, Dring, and of course, Sour. And like I said, with these guys, they have been playing for a little while together now. They're obviously being picked up by Southern Stars and doing a lot of good work there, but they have definitely come into a good showing, and their sub for this tournament in particular is going to be Airmac. Now, on the other side, we're going to have the boys for Relentless, which is, of course, Kuma, Exodus, and Chris. Unfortunately, no sub for them today or for the tournament. They have been pretty consistent all game. Kuma especially has been really good. Exodus is always one of those players that can have a bit of highlight as well, but this is going to be a team that you can't sleep on. They have shown some really good potential.
Yeah, I've seen them play. These guys play at an unbelievably high standard, and I'm a little bit surprised that they didn't show up maybe a little bit higher on the tiers, but they hit top 4, and honestly, I'm really proud of all these teams for getting to this point. So I'm really, with this first game, Southern Stars, they might be the favorite in terms of, our good old friend Son of Jupiter, but I'm honestly not going to be surprised if Relentless come out of the box just flying.
Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely expecting it to be a very close knit series. I believe it is a best of five all the way till the grand final. So it's going to possibly go the whole length of the match. But just before we get kicked off, we are going to remind everybody that there is a prize pool available for these players. Now, it is split three ways. So currently, with our prize pool total, we have $335 Australian for these players, and it'll be split in the following ways. It'll be 60% going to first place, second place will get 30%, and for third place, sorry, will get 10%. And it's a bit interesting because some of those prize pools are already guaranteed. For example, Max's Ranted Rats guaranteed at least a second place finish. They know exactly that they'll be walking away with $100. Same with Hazard, they'll definitely be getting at least $33 for their team. But obviously, it's going to be up to the next person to see who is going to get that first place finish. Good thing about this prize pool, it is crowd funded. So if you want to contribute and add to this current prize pool, !donate into the chat right now. You'll get a context.gg link and just follow the prompts there to contribute to this fantastic prize pool. But that's pretty much all I've got to say. We do have 3 rounds tonight to bring you, and it's going to be some very, very interesting games. We're going to get kicked off straight away with this match. Southern Stars are going to be on the blue side. Relentless are going to be on the orange, and the players are ready to go in the lobby, ready to get this started. Good luck to everybody.
Oh, love the decals already coming off the bat from Southern Stars. But yes, first game of this best of 5, which is the first game that we are going to be watching out of 3. So hopefully we get a lot of action coming out from the guys. But off the bat, Exodus trying something cheeky.
Oh, a bit dangerous on the goal line. A couple of whiffs, a couple of nerves just creeping through. Sour does make a challenge in the corner, but it's going to be Kevin now moving the ball upfield. He's able to get a second challenge in as well, but it goes all the way across the field to Kuma, who now opts to take it high. A bit of a double commit pinch, but they've managed to clear a bit of pressure there.
Yeah, and they're doing really well to keep it away from their goal so far. And the pressure that they're, they're keeping the ball away from their goal is really optimizing themselves to be able to, get themselves ahead. But again, doesn't mean String's not going to come flying out of the box. Beautiful stop from Kuma, but there's so many shots on target.
Yeah, it looks like Southern Stars are really trying to load up on the offensive prowl right now. Fortunately, nothing landing just yet. Oh, there's an awkward touch there from Kevin as he was rotating out. This is going to open up some opportunities for Relentless as Chris takes a touch into the corner. Kevin challenges early, but able to get past Exodus, and now String should look to control this. Manages a pinch forward. Chris flying at that. Does manage a touch. I didn't think he was going to get it, but he just clears that pressure.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure coming out in front of their goal on the side of Relentless, but they are going to get a few clears coming out, Chris. A beautiful diversion of that pressure, but doesn't mean that they're going to stop pressuring it there. Kuma getting good rotations, but String's not going to stop that from going, is going to stop that from going any further. But it's just a lot of back and forth right now, trying to get a feel as to how the other team plays.
Exactly, especially in these opening minutes, they are going to be testing each other. They haven't versed each other for quite some time, and I believe it went in the favor of Southern Stars last time, and Sour actually going to be the first one credited for that goal near the 3-minute mark.
Yeah, look, there's a beautiful challenge coming out from String, and that was, you'd think that that'd get him, off his axle in terms of his flight path, but no, he gained full control of that momentum. Touch it off the back goal, and Sour takes gained full control of that momentum. Touch it off the back goal, and
So lead now established for Southern Stars. It's there to look. So lead now established. If they manage to for the next finish, although they will have to keep the ball away from Exodus as he does a couple of touches on the wall there. Nice challenge by Sour. Puts the ball forward. Kevin up early, but can't read Chris. Luckily, String is there to support. He puts it in the middle, but Exodus already there for the challenge. It goes straight across. Sour challenging. It's a bit of back and forth, but it looks like Stars are looking to load up. No! There's a couple of whiffs, couple of awkward positions, but luckily, String is able to keep possession.
Yeah, well, Chris is now taking it down the other end of the pitch, but a lot of good solid defense from the midline. Sour just giving a little bit of pressure away so that his team can rotate towards the back. Beautiful offensive pressure from Chris, but he is going to have to hand it over to one of his teammates. They are allowing a little bit more time for their teammates, more of a team play coming out from Southern Stars rather than just winning on the solo defense. Oh, okay. Or that.
Yeah, very, very interesting situation just came through. Chris getting a touch mid, Exodus following up. It looks like Kevin actually had the read, but just went a little bit too low, maybe a bit too much power off that shot there from the side of Relentless, but they've managed to equal up just past the halfway mark, and now things are going to start to get interesting in game number 1. String taking a touch, will try and follow it himself, but he can't get the read, so moves forward, allows Kevin to come through. String with the extra touch, the angle! What a touch from the Dominus man.
Yeah, we've got to rewatch this one again. Kevin, a beautiful touch off that diagonal wall. Definitely very hard to read, and especially when you're coming from the same direction that ball is. String getting a beautiful read, giving them a 1-goal advantage with 2 minutes left.
1-goal advantage, exactly, as they just previously lost the lead. Hopefully, they're able to hold it for a little bit longer and close out this first match. It's going to be String going for a very long clear. I know for a fact there is a member up there in Kevin, but he did get demoed on the way out, so a bit of pressure relieved for Relentless now as Kevin does manage to get the ball moving forward, but no boost to challenge. Does manage a touch, though, and they're putting a lot of pressure onto Relentless now. Some awkward defense coming through, although Exodus, beautiful control to get past the attack of String.
Yeah, String did get a little bit of a touch on it, though, so it does pop it into that diagonal wall to give a little bit of pressure away from the defensive side. However, Chris in full control. A beautiful bump coming out onto Sour, and Chris is going to be able to dribble that one in.
Is well done there. Good team play, good communication as well, and I love that 50 challenge from Chris. Perfect way to kill the ball and just get enough on it to be able to put it into a goal. So again, we're back at a equal scoreline with this whole situation, and we have a minute 20 remaining. Kevin's going to win that kickoff. He's going to try and get the collection and the possession in the back line. He's managed to do so, but he can't catch Sour, who was there for the pass.
Yeah, well, that's unfortunate, but it isn't going to stop them from continuously trying. Strings on the ball now. Might be able to get one in, but Kuma, beautiful stop there. Chris now in full control, but these guys, a lot of pressure, a lot of 50-50 challenges are going in favor of the defenders from getting that ball away from that goal line.
Ooh, good choice there by String to move the ball backwards. It gives possession to Sour, who tries to go for a ceiling pitch. Couldn't quite connect, but and it couldn't quite connect on the dunk there as well as Exodus took possession. String a little bit awkward on the ball, allows Chris to challenge, but Kevin, good support. Now the ball's in a dangerous position. Sour takes a long shot, it's floating, it hits the crossbar, manages to get in off the post, and that could have been dangerous, but luckily Southern Stars reclaim the lead.
Here's the thing though, they put a lot of faith in I don't think they should have, because they were committed to that passing play when it wasn't even completed. They had 2 members in the midfield waiting for that pass from Exodus. A beautiful read from the side of Southern Stars to stop that one, and I feel like they just lose it off the back of that.
Oh, interesting pre-flip by String. It's actually opened up some opportunity for the side of Relentless again, and they have come back time and time again. Relentless is being unrelenting with their attacking pressure, and maybe a bit of an overcommit. I'm not sure. I know there was definitely a demo in the background somewhere there, and it just seems like a couple of mistakes coming through early for the Stars.
Yeah, but now a dead ball in towards the center. Kevin gets the king start off the side of that one. Beautiful pressure coming out from him as well to make sure all 3 members on the side of Relentless are definitely feeling it. Oh my gosh, that clear.
Wow. Okay. The entire game, Southern Stars have looked so strong, dominating in most areas, and now they have given up the lead for the first time in the dying seconds of the first match. This is heartbreaking for Southern Stars fans out there who have faith in their team holding the lead all the way through, but it's going to be Relentless now with only 2 seconds remaining, holding the lead in game 1. They're going to look to spike this ball down, although it is still up. There is still a chance for Stars. Exodus is there. He's looking to touch down. No one from the Stars are there, and Relentless steal away game 1.
Oh, that was too close, and that real unfortunate clear on the side of Southern Stars that Exodus was able to get it, and I didn't even see that coming. I thought that they would have been able to get someone on the rotation, but I mean, unfortunately, it didn't, and they lose the first game.
It is very indeed, but we are going to have a bit of an intermission technical break, as we do know there is some faults, so stay with us as we try to clear those up.